Hi, folks. Welcome to Psych Sessions at ACT 2023. That's the annual conference on teaching. It took place in Portland, Oregon in fall of 2023. And at a poster session, we were able to grab some old and new friends for a quick Psych Sessions check-in. We hope you will enjoy the energy of this very live and active room and all the friends that we were able to have a quick chat with about their ACT experience. We hope that you will consider joining us for STP's annual conference on teaching in fall 2024. Head to teachpsych.org for more information. I am with Aaron Richmond from Metropolitan State University. Aaron, we just got into the poster session. I pulled you over here because nobody else will talk to me yet because there's not enough people in here. How you doing, man?
They're all in the line for drinks, I think.
That's what's happening.
I'm doing well. How about you?
We're going to get these folks lubricated, and then they're going to be lined up to talk to us. Yeah, how's your ACT going?
It's good. A little exhausting. Just tired. There's so much great information there, and you want to go to every session, and you do try to go to every session, and then you're cognitively on for so long. You're kind of like, ooh. Yeah. I'm at that point in the day where I'm a little overwhelmed, but super excited.
You did. You were a part of a panel that did a talk on Guidelines 3.0 today. How did that go from your perspective?
I was with you, so it went really well. I actually think it was well received. I'm always surprised by the amount that members that come to a conference like this don't know about guidelines. Things seem like brand new to them, things like attributes and indicators and outcomes, and I always find that shocking.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, how does AP... I think APA's got this problem, just like STP is. We've got these great products.
Right.
Even this group of people is a great product, right? Like, it should draw more people.
100%.
Guidelines should draw more people. Like, what is the marketing plan? How do you do that?
I mean, I think that's the $1 million question. If you could solve that, you probably could quit academia and go and sell it.
Yeah, for sure.
You can monetize that aspect. I think it's a pretty complex problem. I think within APA, to a certain degree, there's a little bit of they are not viewed as the people who are our host to STP Division 2. And so maybe there's a little disconnect there, and that's not on APA's plate at all. They're trying their best to do that. I think that, obviously everybody can do better in that scenario. So I think that's part of it. I think that sometimes people are just in the grind and they're just trying to survive in their classes, like especially if we're talking about at the 2-year level or people who are affiliate or adjuncts teaching 6 classes. They're not looking at indicators or outcomes or any of that stuff.
Or if you're heavy research and you would prefer to do that instead of teach.
Right, on the other end of the spectrum, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think there's that. But by and large, I think there's a lot of higher ed institutions that truly actually have been oddly waiting on bated breath for 3.0 to come out.
Yeah, we heard from some of those.
Years,
yeah, we heard from some of those today who are like Seton Hall. Some folks from Seton Hall were talking about how they are now using 3.0 to review their program.
Right. Well, and during that talk, somebody said I think it was a person behind you and I that said, "Oh, these attributes are great." And I said, "You know what I do with those attributes?" And I got this idea from Stacy Spencer and Karen Knopfel, where I actually have my capstone students take those attributes, and that's how they use the search criteria in Indeed.
Okay, great.
Using those attributes.
Yeah.
And then they come back with jobs that basically they know is in there by design, their curricula. And they're like, "Professor Richmond, I can't believe that all these jobs open up to me just by plugging these attributes in that I know I have learned in my program."
Yeah, so just if people didn't quite pick up that, slow down. So there are these in Guidelines 3.0, there are listed these attributes that professors can tell their students, when you finish your psychology degree, you have these skills and attributes. Now you're having them plug those search terms into Indeed.
Yeah.
And they're realizing that connection between what they've learned and what's going on in the workforce.
Yeah, the skill that they've acquired and that actually applies for a specific job. And it's cool to search that way. And so each goal of the 5 goals has attributes listed at the end of each goal. And they're usually about 10 to 15 attributes, I believe. And sometimes they cross over between goals. But what they see is that they don't search by, hey, I have a degree in psychology, or I have a degree in human development and family studies, or something like that. They're actually searching by these attributes that they've received in multiple courses, because it's mapped over all the curricula, right? And they are like, oh, I would have never thought to look for a position like this, and I'm qualified for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in extension to that, I've actually been using those attributes in 3.0 as in LinkedIn, you can put as a LinkedIn member, you could put those attributes as a skill that you possess, and then they asked me to endorse them as their professor.
Perfect.
Yeah. And we've talked about this a little bit before.
But I love sharing it with people. I think it's a great idea.
I never thought about the attributes. It was always the skillful psychology student list. It wasn't the attributes from APA. And I was like, why? I mean, I'm on this committee, and I haven't even thought about doing this until Stacy and Karen kind of mentioned the idea.
Yeah. Well, Aaron, it's not a mystery to me that we ended up talking about skills, and so I appreciate your time today. Thanks for stopping.
I'm saying because of Eric Landrum coming.
Oh, Eric
It's
Landrum.
all about skills, baby.
Eric is preaching. He always has. It's all about skills.
Thank
Thanks.
you.